Hey! Today we're going to be discovering 5 Survivor meta perk builds that help you to escape more often. I've subdivided this video into solo queue, survive for friends, and I also bring a fun build because, why not? I tried to make the builds as diverse as I could, so I tried to not use the same perks over and over again, so we might go away a bit from the meta side, but I'm still showing you 5 perk builds that I think are actually right now one of the strongest in-game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's start off with solo queue, and the first build I wanted to show you guys is called I Like My Heals Safe. It consists out of Bite a Bullet, Lucky Break, Self-Care, and Overcome. And I know to start off this video with a build including not a single perk that is inside the usage top 10 seems odd. However, this build can absolutely slap. As you can take it from the build's name, it's all about safe heals. Overcome and Lucky Break synergize perfectly with one another. Overcome gives you ridiculously much distance after being hit, and Lucky Break helps you to get away easier as your scratch marks and blood isn't shown to the killer. The only thing you need to do, and that is the crucial part, is to break line of sight. After that, you can go into a corner or to a safe place and simply start healing, right? I know that suggesting a build with self-care is almost a crime in its own, as self-care, especially after its nerf, takes too much time, right? You could swap self-care with distortion and add a very strong mech to that build though. This not only makes your healing strategy still work, but also makes it now safer as your aura can't be repped by the killer in any way or form. This build makes you self-reliant, right? You can rely on yourself, you don't need any opponents to heal yourself or to get patched up. So yeah, this is really good for solo queue. The second build in the solo queue category is No Don't Tunnel Me. It consists out of Decisive Strike, Off the Record, Deliverance, and Dead Hard. No Don't Tunnel Me is one of my most played solo queue builds as you only rely on yourself now. Dead Hard extends the chase. Decisive Strike and Off the Record both prevent you from getting tunneled out of the game, and Deliverance is just your insurance to get free from the hook without needing your fellow survivors to help you. Because we all know that other survivors suck so much. I know, right? This build seems like it's no fun to use, but trust me, hitting and annoying the tunneling killer with almost every anti-tunneling perk there is tremendously satisfying. However, I'd only suggest you using that exact build for solo queue. If you're playing with friends, you could swap Decisive Strike for an aura reading perk to give you more knowledge of the game, or as gens are probably by far the most annoying things in this world right now, you could run Prove Thyself instead. Before we move on to the Survive for Friends category, let's actually look on one fun build, and I call this build the Average Head-On Enjoyer. This build consists out of Head-On, Quick and Quiet, Vigil, Inner Healing, Flashbang, or Build to Last, whatever works best with lockers. Head-On builds are something I thoroughly enjoy. Slamming a locker door in the face of the killer is truly satisfying, especially when the killer is carrying someone right in the moment you're about to hit him and he therefore struggles off. The build in its own, however, is pretty self-explanatory. Quick and Quiet to enter lockers fast, right, without leaving any notifications behind. Vigil to recover faster from the extortion status effect to get even more stuns in, and Inner Healing complements the fact that you're going into a locker anyways. As I said before, it's also an option to go with flashbangs or Build to Last. Every perk synergizes well with this head-on build anyway. And lastly, let's cover some meta builds that you can use with your friends. Also, by the way, I have a Discord, so if you want to join that, there's a pinned comment that gets you straight into it. The fourth build of this video, and the first one in the Survivor Friends category, is called I Run the Killer No Problem. It consists out of Life, Windows of Opportunity, Off the Record, and Circle of Healing. Let's start with a build that doesn't need any explanation whatsoever, as it's pretty simple and almost boringly ordinary. It also can be used in solo queue, but I think it's better for Survivor Friends. Life gives you a sprint boost after fast vaulting a window or a pallet. This perk works perfectly well with Windows of Opportunity. Off the Record is just there to even further extend your chase, and the boon just gives your whole team a retreat area to safely heal. I called that build I Run the Killer No Problem, as it's probably the most reliable build for newer players. You got some anti-tunneling with Off the Record, but you also get some awesome knowledge about safe spots with pallets to steal the killer some valuable time, which in the end will help the team succeed and escape. A shocker, I know. And the fifth and final build is called Endgame Can Come. It consists out of Prove Thyself, Hope, No One Left Behind, and Adrenaline. Endgame can come is a build that is purely focusing on getting safely through endgame and guaranteeing you to get there in the first place. With gens taking 90 seconds, Prove Thyself is not only one of the most played perks in all of Dead by Daylight in this very moment, but also provides the little extra speed in gens you sometimes really need. It also gives you some bonus blood points, which is a nice topping. But now, let's focus on the final 3 perks. Adrenaline doesn't need an introduction as it's one of the best perks since its existence. Hope and No One Left Behind, however, seem like a really long shot, and I totally know that. Hope gives you a permanent 7% has status effect for the entire endgame, thus makes it a real game changer as well. It can't only be used in unhook situations, but also for hit-taking moments, or for simply running the killer for an extra round around your favorite rock. No One Left Behind can be the crutch you need. Not only does it grant a 50% unhook and healing boost, but also grants the unhooked survivor a 7% has status effect for 10 seconds in the endgame. This build makes sure to not only get to the endgame, but also makes sure that you and your squad escape easily. And this concludes 5 meta builds you should run right now in Dead by Daylight. Do you have different builds? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you play a whole different perk setup you think that is actually meta, then let me know. Let me know if there, and maybe, just maybe, we continue this series and actually make it go further. With that being said, my name is Modern Agony, and I see you guys in the next one. Love you guys.